slam, two-hand jams. This time big times come around. It's the biggest thrill in town.
Oops, it's Pro Hoops Bloops. A look at pro basketball's lighter side. And here we go. Pro basketball has a long and storied past, its humble beginnings tracing back to a Massachusetts gymnasium 100 years ago. But the evolution of the game into its present form is a blooper in itself. From the two-handed set shot to the upper-handed free throw, players of America's game had a tendency to look a little, well, how should I say it? Silly, that's how. Goofy. Well, how about ridiculous? Basketball was saved from a life filled with Snickers by television. TV opened our eyes to how basketball should be played. Well, millions of Americans were able to learn the value of the jump shot and other lessons from those bastions of brilliance, the color commentator.
They were still able to fake out the other team there.
Their insight piqued people's interest and inspired millions to watch the games in person. Once at the game, they can enjoy another improvement, promotions. Need a boat? Well, go to the game and win one. With promotions, pro basketball had truly become America's game. Then came Kenny Green of the CBA's Rockford Lightning, the man who single-handedly brought the game to a new level. Color commentators, free boats, halftime weddings. Oh, America and basketball till death do us part. Still, the biggest crowd pleaser in basketball is, was, and always will be the dunk.
Globetrotters go into their famous warm-up circle before a turnout of 18,000 at Madison Square Garden. They won't go into high gear with their basketball buffoonery till the game, but in the crowd, Roy Campanella is already getting his kicks. It's a benefit game against the Philadelphia Spas, and the Trotters show they can play it straight and slick, as if anybody doubted or cared. It's the court comedy of Mitterlock Lemon, Wilt Chamberlain and company that draws the crowds and baffles the opposing team and the referees. It's good-natured clowning. They'll even give the ball away to set up an out-of-bounds play. How'd that happen? Nothing's sacred and nobody's safe when they cut loose. Mitterlock talks himself into a foul shot. When he gets on the line, watch those feet. He shoots. Really foul. Anything for a laugh and let the ref fall where he may.
Well, the Globetrotters are funny on
Hey,
purpose.
listen, now, if we're going to go to something specific with Michael, that's fine. Let's don't get into a wild helter-skelter shot making. Come on. All right? Don't go into a whole lot of shots. Make sure you run something now.
But in pro basketball, accidents can happen that are pretty funny on their own.
Some of you guys should always pay attention to what I'm saying. That's unbelievable.
So much for the man-to-man defense. In order to remedy weaknesses in the man-to-man, coaches devised zone defenses, which, in general, operate on the principle of various zones of the court being covered, instead of guarding individual men. On the other hand, to combat this, there were developed special attacks based on the principle of overloading. That is, putting 2 offensive men in 1 defender zone or 3 men in 2 defender zones. The simplest of these defenses is one with fixed zones. 3 men under the basket, 2 in midcourt. Striped shirt is trapped by mass defense underneath. He pivots, throws out, and the offense scores by overloading the area covered by 2 front men.
Yes, it's tougher to become a pro basketball player than a brain surgeon. After all, would a brain surgeon know how to stop a player from going to the hoop for an easy 2? Not like these guys. Defense. In basketball, a non-contact sport, one uses position to defend. Unlike football, a contact sport, where one uses collision to defend. Football and basketball, 2 entirely different sports. I mean, they are, right? But wait, oh, it gets even uglier. Like when this coach had one of his players listen in on the other guy's huddle. Well, hey, players can get physical. Why not the guys in the suits and ties?
And Shallow is really hot. He's going to go down and talk to Bill Klukas, I think. And look out, these two have had words before. Now the two coaches are going to talk to each other. This is just a little extra added ingredient to the CBA style of basketball.
And a little action breaks out. Inadvertently, Coach Collins got Musselman by the throat. And all hell is breaking out right now. Pete the Bishop is out there. Collins had Musselman by the throat. I'd like to unfold some of that action again. I love this. Here it is.
CBA action, and this is the ensuing. There's Big Red.
He's talking to Mr. Musselman, and there's Leon Wilson going after Martin. He got him with a right. And let's see, Collins was probably asking him where was his tie.
Told Billy did not like his choice of ties tonight on that particular exchange.
And now for something completely different.
Here's the inbound. Jackson takes the three-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound. Richard Mudd of Detroit dunks it in the wrong basket. Check the replay. Here's the jumper by Jackson from the corner. Mudd boxed out, gets good position, grabs the ball, and goes up and slams it through.
A stunt like that might get you a shot on Carson, but it won't keep you in the gang of 418. Live from Rockford, Illinois, it's the Continental Basketball Association's Slam Dunk Contest.
Oh, the tomahawk jam. I think he reset the 24-second clock with that one.
He got high marks on that. Got some 9s and an 8.
Well, a little help from the breakaway rim that time.
Grabs the ring, goes around the reverse side. Not a bad dunk. That was pretty impressive. He went a little bit over the foul line, but that was not bad.
Nines and more nines for for Johnston, who was impressive taking that one 94 feet. This is a little spin move with the basketball. Check this one out.
That'll get 9. That'll get 9.
Oh, yeah!
They're 9.
It's across the board. No question about it.
You gotta have originality. A high lob across the basket. He caught it low, too. That was a good dunk.
Well, let's see a 360.
Straight 9s with that from the judges. He was looking for a 10. I think 9's enough. He's got a good attitude.
Oh, he tucked that one in his back pocket, Kevin. Oh, not bad. Double pumper and back with the left hand. 9, 9, 9, and 9.
The cradle behind his back. Spread the legs. Ooh, that's a little Michael Jordan in a man. Boom, boom, double pump, slam. Nice dunk.
Underneath hangs on the reverse dunk, and the question now is it enough? All 9s. Queenan looks at the scoring, and he looks a little dismayed.
That was a strong 9. I don't know if he deserved the 9 in that. It's a pretty good dunk.
Queenan is the little man of the competition, trying to put it away. Oh, he touched it twice that time. A little extra variety. He's asking for 10 and he gets one. Oh, my goodness. What a finale.
He put a double touch on the backboard and then reversed the slam dunk for the winning dunk of the day.
In World War II, bombardiers wore funny hats and dropped tons of explosives from altitudes of several thousand feet. Their target, downtown. Today's bombardiers wear shorts and hurl their bombs from downtown.
Tapped out by Roberts, picked up by Price, 5 seconds. Here's a drive by Capehart. Capehart going in. Capehart blocked by Skeeter Roberts. Boy, did he get a great block. Oh, my God! Did you see that? The basket is good. It was flung all the way down to the end of the floor and through the hoop. The basket counts.
Now the three-point shot, no question. It's added excitement to the game. But with or without the three-point line, a desperation heave that finds a home at the bottom of the net, that's basketball's most dramatic shot. These last-second turns of fate evoke more emotion than any slam dunk. James Jackson, a freshman at West Texas University, enjoyed his 75-footer at the half of a game with Creighton so much that when Creighton and West Texas played again 3 weeks later, Jackson did an encore and launched a 45-footer at the final buzzer to beat the Blue Jays. And really, how many shots do you think junior high school student Ravi Pershad will make in his lifetime that will have the impact of that game winner? But the all-timer of all time has to be Les Hansen's bomb to lift Virginia Tech over Florida State. Not only was Hansen's 93-footer the longest ever, but Hansen, a lefty, used his right hand.
was a rising young star on the basketball horizon a few years ago in Philadelphia, he was Wilt Chamberlain, nearly 7 feet tall even then, who was the most remarkable high school hoop player ever to come on the scene. With his extraordinary height, he was head and shoulders over his rivals, you might say. During his high school days, there was no one in his class defensively, and when driving for a basket, Wilt was almost unstoppable. Every basketball-minded college wanted this young man, and he finally elected to go to the University of Kansas, where he proved invaluable in sparking his teams to victory. The crowds loved his defensive play as much as his offensive work. For such a tall man, he handled himself gracefully in every move. He blazed through his college years like a comet, and there wasn't a pro team in the country that didn't long to have him. He finally signed with the Philadelphia Warriors and was up against men of his own size and with more experience. But that didn't slow him. He set league records in his first year and has smashed them one by one since. His latest, he's the first man to score 100 points in a single game. There are few records left for Wilt to tilt.
The silent grace of a shooter snapping off a 20-footer. A snap of the net as the ball swishes through. These are basketball's sweet sounds.
All your skill can't help her now.
For years, children have tried to live up to the standards of their parents, regardless of what those standards may be.
I am Dracula's daughter.
Son of Dracula, searing the screen with new terror.
Frankenstein's daughter. Believe it or not, there's a little calm.
Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, terrified that she become the disfigured thing that was her father. See Son of Blob.
But now comes a film beyond comparison, a film so horrifying that Dr. Naismith will roll over in his grave. The doctor won't be of any help here. But it doesn't matter if the Iceman cometh or goeth. The horror of the hardwood has arrived, and he's a relative. Son of Duncanstein. Don't go into the paint alone. There's nothing more frightening to a defender than the sight of an opponent with the ball in the open court in full stride and heading for the launching pad called the paint, ready to deliver the crushing blow. When the Mad Dunker is on the rampage, there's nowhere to hide. With the glee of a metal ward escapee in a toy store, the Mad Dunker, with his sinister giggle and eyes aglow, is a defender's worst nightmare.
A pressing defense. Note how blacks cover whites under their own basket in an attempt to get possession of the ball. Because of the 10-second rule, defensive players, by pressing, make it difficult for the offense to get the ball across midcourt within their allotted time. Whites set up a pivot in their own half of the court and cross-cut in order to get men in the clear. It is obvious that screening is also effective against defense.
This has been a Halcyon Days production. I'm Kurt Chaplin.